Hello, hello, what up? It's 20 Move Madman and I'm back. And today I'm going to be talking about two more of my Christmas presents that I got this year, because today we're going to be talking about Doctor Strangelove in the Multiverse of Madness and Thor, Love and Thunder. So controversially, I'm going to talk about this one first, even though it's the newer one, mainly because this one is a lot easier to talk about and a lot easier to just get it out of the way, basically. Thor, Love and Thunder, made exactly the same as Thor Ragnarok, only for some reason nobody really liked this one. I don't really see what everyone's problem was with it. If you guys enjoyed Thor Ragnarok, I have no idea why you wouldn't enjoy this. It's basically the same tone and the same feel to the whole thing. It's still got that nice little comedy tone behind it. 4K wise, the picture looks absolutely beautiful. You've got some amazing colours in there. You've got some amazing skin details, picture quality, just quality all round. But it is a brand new shot film, so you kind of expected that. Obviously, if you watch it on Disney Plus, you get the IMAX enhanced scenes included in with the film as well, whereas on this disc you don't, because for some reason Marvel don't like including IMAX bits on their discs, but they put it on their own streaming service because they're really selfish. Anyway, I quite liked this film. There are a lot of people that won't agree with that, which, to be fair, I don't mind. You don't have to agree with me. It's alright, it's fine. It really is okay if you don't agree with my opinion. It's absolutely fine. I looked at this from the perspective of Thor Ragnarok, so to me, I thought it was fine. Absolutely fine. Natalie Portman was probably the only thing about this film that ruined it for me. Why they decided they were going to give her a hammer and make her a female Thor, I don't know. Didn't really need to do that, to be fair, considering the ending was just a little bit like, right, okay, so that was pretty pointless then. But besides that, good villain. Christian Bale pulled off a good villain. I thought Christian Bale was a nice villain in this. I mean, he could have been in it a little bit more, but it's not up to me. I didn't make it, so Disney made it because they're selfish. We then move on to Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Now, funny one that, 12. Yes, 12 this. Probably one of the most un-12-12s I've ever seen in my entire life. Considering I'm pretty sure from when these Marvel films were first released up till the point that this film was released, I'm pretty sure all of the films are supposed to be aimed at children with a very childlike audience. So quite why they decided to use the man who directed The Evil Dead to then direct a Marvel movie, I don't know. To be fair, Sam Raimi directed the original Spider-Man trilogy, and that was absolutely fine. The tone of that was completely different, whereas with this it felt a little bit more like he was trying to scare the shit out of every single child in the cinema. Pretty sure I saw this with my nephew in the cinema and he just pooed himself through the last half hour of the film. It's not a child-friendly film whatsoever, is the best way to put that. I mean, considering it's called the Multiverse of Madness, they don't really go into the multiverse that much. I mean, they go to a couple and there's a little bit where they go through a bunch. But for a multiverse movie, the multiverse side of it was a little bit pants. There were just a bunch of little things and little decisions they made in this film that were a little bit pants, I thought. I mean, I don't really know why they decided to make Wanda the main villain in this, considering she's not been a villain in pretty much any of the other Marvel films except for maybe when you first meet her, and even then she becomes a good guy by the end. So I don't know, I don't really get it. This is one of those, you have to watch the Disney Plus show WandaVision in order for parts of this to make sense. But I mean, if not, just watch it with someone that has and they can explain those bits to you it's not that difficult to follow or keep up, so it's not that hard. It was pretty violent for a kids film. It's pretty scary for a kids film. I'm pretty sure there are more reasons in this to be a 15 than there was in the Batman that was released earlier that year, and that was a 15, and that was just because the characters were so menacing. But this is a different kind of horror. How this passes as a 12 is beyond me. I mean, I get why it was PG-13 in America. I mean, the Batman was a PG-13 in America, but I don't see why this can pass as a 12. It's actually ridiculous. I would tell you details of why this shouldn't be a 12, but it's still quite new, so I don't really want to talk about the end that much. I mean, I might have told you who the bad guy is in this already, but I'm allowed. So yeah, I mean, I found Doctor Strange's performance in No Way Home more exciting than his performance in his own film, so that's probably not a good thing. But I didn't dislike this film. I really liked it for what it was and for what it stood for, but as part of the MCU, it doesn't fit whatsoever. It really don't, considering I don't think any of the other MCU movies are remotely even resembling a horror film, and whereas this one is. So it don't fit with the rest of it, is the best way to put it. It's good as a film on its own, but as part of the MCU, it wasn't a good idea to do it that way. They could have done it a different way with different tones, and it probably would have been a little bit better. So that's all my Marvel for now. I mean, Wakanda Forever will be out obviously at some point this year. I'm assuming probably will be out in March, so I'll pick that up. The only Marvel film I haven't seen in the cinema. To be fair, it's still in the cinema, so I could still get out to watch it. So I might have to do that, because I am going to be very disappointed if I don't see it in the cinema. Although I've not heard very good things about it, I would still like to see it in the cinema and see what it's like. So if you could like this video though, and subscribe to the channel, that'd be great, and I'll see you again soon. Okay, goodbye.